The holiday season is upon us, and here amidst the historic charm of Old Town Portsmouth, you'll find events, sights, and sounds guaranteed to make your season magical, merry, and bright. We'll tell you all about them right here and right now on this episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to our 2025 holiday season episode of Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. Old Town's rich history brings a bit of charm to any visit here during the holiday season. And on November 15th, part of that history will be brought to life in a special event. Our first guest today, direct from the 18th century, is Mr. James Fayette, and he'll tell us all about it. Mr. Fayette, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you so very much.
Whenever you come here, you have great stories from Portsmouth's past and the history of the region. And you're here to tell us about a special event that's coming up on November 15th. That's a Saturday.
November 15th, that's 8:45 to 12:45. It's going to be wonderful. And it all starts right here at the Welcome Center with coffee and pastries. And then it's more of a open to interpretation.
Okay, so this is a look at what? What are we looking at? What part of history? What aspect of history is this going to be focused
we're
on?
going to be exploring, once we leave here, we're going to go into the theater. It's, the theme is Cross Hopes. Okay. And this is an original Reader's theater presentation by local author Billy Cook. Okay. Now, it's just for February players. It explores the complex reason why enslaved and free blacks chose one side over the other.
Because during the Revolutionary War, there were blacks freed and enslaved that some fought for the British, some fought for the colonists.
Exactly. And it also explores the different time periods where we're going to do a tour also during that day. We're going to do a tour of Emmanuel AME Church, which, as you know, was the stop off of the Underground Railroad.
Yes.
It was one of the, and then we're going to have a presentation by me as James Fayette. I will be at Roger Brown's. I'll be telling my story, and then there will be a buffet lunch afterwards.
Well, it sounds like a really nice event.
Yes.
And your story, can you give us just a condensed peek at your story? Because it was really pivotal.
Right.
In the way the Revolutionary War ended.
It was more of an overcoming story.
Yeah.
I was taught to read and write where you couldn't teach blacks to read or write. And I was taught a few languages. And I was actually insisted on being educated right next to my master, William Armistead. And afterwards, that led me, and learning to speak language led me into a meeting with the Marquis de Lafayette. Right. And I don't know if it was him or William who decided I would be a great spy, but it gave me a lot to think about. You know, this particular occupation provided free passage to the British lines. There I could defect, declare my loyalty to the crown, and but that was no guarantee also. But it's more or less of an overcomer in how I was able to become a double agent and a double spy.
Yeah, and Marquis Lafayette, for those who don't know, was our primary French ally.
That's correct.
Against the British.
He was the hero of both worlds.
Yes.
That's what he was called, the hero of both worlds. But you can register for any of these events. You can register for one, two, or all three of the events. You can come right here to the Welcome Center, or you can call, or you can go to History Alive also to register. But I would suggest that you do it quick, fast, and in a hurry, because space is limited.
Well, it sounds like a really nice event.
Yes,
it really does. It's really a way if people, even if they're in Portsmouth or live here or haven't been here, to really learn a little bit about one aspect of the history here.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. And it's inclusive. When you do the African American, well, we used to call it the African American walk, but you could call it pretty much a variation of that.
Yeah.
History actually walks upon you as we're doing these walks. And once we go inside of Emmanuel AME Church, you get to see the different places. You get to actually feel the pulse of the people back then.
Yeah.
So it's an invigorating experience.
Yeah, and really, you get that throughout Old Town.
Oh, yes.
I mean, again, I've said this so many times, but this is the largest collection of historical homes north of Charleston and south of Alexandria or Arlington.
This is
so,
correct.
I mean, there's so much history here, and this is a great time of year. Now, this is doing on Saturday, November 15th, but the holidays are coming up, and the history here really adds charm to your visit here, especially during the holidays.
Yes, it does. 8:45 to 12:45, morning of history. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
all right. And so to find out more about that, you can go to historyalive.com. Is that
historyalive.com. Or come down to the Welcome Center.
Well, right here in the Welcome Center.
Yes.
I'll give you information you can register. Thanks so much for joining us.
The pleasure's all mine, sir.
On Friday evening, November 21st, the holiday season in Portsmouth officially kicks off with the Old Town holiday tree lighting and the arrival of St. Nick. And that same festive holiday feeling can be found every Saturday morning throughout the holiday season at the Portsmouth Old Town Farmers Market. Here's Kathy and Jim Cullen to tell us more. Jim, Kathy, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Hey, Ron.
Hi.
So the holidays really sort of kick off on November 21st,
Yes.
I believe, and that's with the Old Town lighting.
Yes, the Old Town Holiday Lights,
Lights.
which is November 21st. It's a Friday evening starting at 5. And it's a progressive illumination from High Street all the way up to Green Street.
Okay, and the Christmas tree is in the mall of
Yes,
the Children's Museum?
The Children's Museum,
Okay.
yeah. So it starts with the holiday tree lighting. Then there will be another event at the Pack Courtyard with children's choir and music, and that courtyard will be lit up with the Coleman Nativity, or the Coleman Christmas decorations outside in the courtyard. And then there will be another progression with the farm truck and the elves down to Green Street, which the kids will see St. Nick arrive on an antique fire truck. And the trees will be lit up there also.
Fantastic. That sounds like a great evening out.
Yes, it's free, sponsored by the City of Portsmouth, Economic Development, the Old Town Business Association, and the Farmers Market.
All right. And speaking of the Farmers Market, that goes on most Saturdays throughout the year.
Yes.
And it really is a great place to go during the holiday season, November,
Absolutely.
December. It's sort
It is.
like a holiday market almost.
Yeah.
Yes, I do all my Christmas shopping at the Farmers Market.
So tell us about that. And for those who want to know where that is exactly and what times.
That is at the intersection of Court and High Street. And for visitors out of town, you can put 400 High Street in your GPS, and it'll bring you right into the middle of everything.
It's around the old courthouse.
Yes. It's about 5 blocks now with 60 to 70 vendors.
Wow.
Give and take a few, depending on the weather. We have the regular crafters and baked goods for the Christmas season, but we also have fresh fish, meat, turkeys, chickens, eggs, 3 big produce farmers, and hot food.
Yeah, I actually started going, this past summer coming there every Saturday and buying my
Yes,
produce
yes.
for the week. Yeah.
There you go.
But I realized how good it was. Yeah. Well, that's great. Now, and then you also have artists and things on certain Sundays or certain Saturdays?
First Saturdays.
First Saturdays.
First Saturday we add the first Saturday art market, and that will
Okay.
continue for the rest through December. And then that's about 30 different artists who are from the from the same intersection, from the intersection of Court and High all the way down to the coffee shop at the corner of Middle Street.
Yeah, and also if you like classic cars. You have classic cars parked up there every Saturday
Yes,
morning.
we usually get about 30 classic, antique and classic
Yeah.
cars who just gather there and have their cars and coffee every Saturday morning. We have a time change now. We're now into the 10 o'clock season because of the clocks change. So they gather around 9:30 because we tell them 10 o'clock and they want to get the first spots. And then they just line up down the street at a 45-degree angle and show off their cars and swap lies about how fast they used to be in high school and that kind of stuff. It's a great time, and really, really nice people, and they really enjoy interacting
Yeah.
with the public and just talking about what their vehicles are.
The farmers market has grown so much in the last few years. It really has, and I mean, it is the place to be in Old Town. I would say in Portsmouth on Saturday mornings.
It's
throughout the
a
year.
community gathering hub,
Yeah.
and it's really great for that. You will see a complete cross-section of the Portsmouth community, and even folks from other cities
Yeah.
will come here because they may live in a city that has a lot of subdivisions, but they don't really have a downtown. So this is
Yeah.
a walkable downtown where you can walk and just wander, and not just the farmers market, you go in and out of all the little shops that we've got down
Yes.
here and find all these unique
Yep.
things. Yeah, people will come to the Children's Museum and
spend
then
the
they'll
day here,
continue
yeah.
down. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you could really start like a vacation out of it.
Yeah.
Come to the farm and stay through
Yep.
the evening.
And it's also a real kid-friendly, cheap day.
Yeah.
So, just walking around, because we've got all these other just kind of street activities.
Mm-hmm.
Usually somebody's playing music or giving music lessons.
Well,
or-
and in the
or-
courtyard of the
Yep.
courthouse, they usually have music.
Yeah, and we'll have that also along the streets. We've got somebody twisting balloons, somebody doing face painting, someone doing fairy hair. So it's a little bit of a street festival kind of feeling.
Yeah.
And so we see the same kids come out every Saturday. It's
Yeah.
nice. We've watched a lot of these kids grow,
Yep.
and we get to find out about, they're off, now they're in middle school, or now they're, whatever. Some kids going off to college. But we've now watched over several years, literally between our vendors' kids and their babies and stuff like that, and then watching the kids, who come as visitors to the market, who they play there, they
Yeah.
have a good time. So it's a really good small town kind of feeling here in our pretty big city.
Yeah, and so that starts at 10 o'clock this time of year?
Now 10
and goes
o'clock.
until
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, all right. And the first Saturday of the month is also over in the Middle Street Garage. There's the flea
Right.
market.
Yeah, so we add
Which is huge.
Yes, there's an
It's a
antique
huge
and flea market. It's another up to 90 vendors. It's the
Yeah.
entire ground floor of the Middle Street Garage.
Yeah.
So you can make a little walking circuit. You can park on the second, third floor of the Middle Street Garage and then just come out, walk right down through the first Saturday art market, all through the farmers market, and you got to budget a couple hours to see it all.
Yeah, you can really make a day of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great place to come. And so we have so this really all starts off with the tree lighting on the 21st,
Yes.
that Friday night, and then it's every Saturday until when?
December
For the farmers
December
market.
20th. It's always the Saturday before Christmas.
Christmas.
That's our last market.
And then you're closed for a couple of weeks
Just
after that?
January.
Yeah.
Just January.
We've tried several times now, several years in a row. We've tried to run some schedules in January. Unfortunately, we always get iced out or snow or
Right.
wind or whatever. So, in the name of safety, we just pushed it to February the 1st.
Well, it's still, there are a lot of farmers markets in some of the cities around here, and they're usually just a spring, summer
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
You all go all year round.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Most of them
amazing.
have been closed now for a month.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we see it as such an important resource here there's a lot of folks that this is their grocery store.
Yeah.
They will come and do their shopping for the week there, and that's phenomenal. And we want to have that consistency, especially when we've got folks who are mobility challenged. We have a lot of folks that simply don't own cars because they live in Old Town. They
Yeah.
can walk most places. And that's really who we're here to serve and address that food need.
Yeah, that's
And it
great.
helps the local businesses too.
Absolutely. But there's all these great little stores and restaurants. I mean, this is a great place, for a variety of types of foods, as Old Town is. And
And that's part of our, mission as a farmers market, to bring people to Old Town,
Right.
to help the businesses thrive, to encourage more businesses to come to.
And this time of year, the holiday season, it really, with the lights on, it really is charming.
Yeah.
It really is. There's nothing like it around here.
It's a little Hallmark movie. It really is.
It really is. It
And
absolutely is.
It's kind of fun watching. Like, we'll see people filming their own little, videos and stuff like that in front of some of our different displays that are here in the downtown. It's very charming, really.
Yeah, it really is. Well, thank you for the Farmers Market for managing that so well, and for everyone at the Old Town Business Association and the city who basically is making this a reality.
Yeah.
Really.
We appreciate it.
And thanks for coming here and telling us
Of
about
course.
it.
Good
And
seeing
really, this holiday season, discover Old Town Portsmouth. Lighting is Friday, the 21st of November, and the Farmers Market is every Saturday until the Saturday before
December
Christmas.
20th.
December 20th, yeah.
Thanks for being here and telling us
Thank
about
you,
it.
Rob.
Thank you.
Take good care.
Mark Polomarchuk joins us next to tell us about special holiday events being sponsored by Portsmouth Department of Parks and Recreation. Mark, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
Well, holiday season is upon us, so what does Parks and Recreation have planned this
So-
November, December?
Yeah, we're coming back this year with our ever popular holiday nights in the park out at City Park. For those not familiar with that, that is our lit up train ride with the Pokey Smoky train around the entire train area. But it's not only that. So in addition to that, we have holiday music playing, we have holiday themed crafts, we have our playground lit up at nighttime as well. And then we also have a lot of partners and vendors that come out and supply free things for the attendees, hot chocolate, candy canes, gloves and hats, all kinds of things.
What? It's like a lot of fun.
It is. And we don't raise the cost. The cost is still $2 per ride. People can go to the website, parksandrec.com, and they can find us there and get tickets online and actually pick your time that you would like to ride, so you don't have to wait in line so long.
Okay, now is that particular nights of the week, or?
It is, yes. So it is Fridays and Saturday nights, starting on November the 29th, and it runs all the way through December 27th. The only exclusion is December 26th. We will not operate on that Friday.
All right, fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, and if they go to portsmouthparks.com, they can find all the information there.
Fantastic, okay.
Yeah.
Now there's another big event that you do every year here in Old Town.
Yes, the Old Town Holiday Music Festival, another one of our favorites. Started out kind of small, actually, just to get an event downtown to help the Old Town vendors around the holiday season. And it's just grown and grown every year.
It has.
We have a lot of good partners that help us with that. So it coincides with the Old Town Farmers Market. Museums and tourism have a lot of programs and events going on inside the museums as well. We partner with the OTBA, Old Town Business Association. And with Portsmouth Public Schools, they come out and have the different school choirs singing at it.
And musicians up and down the street and carolers and
strumming musicians, strumming carolers. It's really a good event, and that's on December the 13th from 11 till 3.
All right.
And then events and activities actually go inside to some of the OTBA businesses at 3 o'clock. So they'll be going all night long.
Yeah, it's a day event.
It really is.
It's a full day.
Great, free, family fun event.
It is that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And now there are other things going on in various rec centers and things across the city?
It is, yes. So we're moving from the outside into the inside with the colder weather coming. So there are a lot of holiday themed programs and activities at all of the recreation centers.
Okay.
The best advice I would give is to check out our holiday guide and our program guide that comes out quarterly.
Okay.
Again, you can get it on the website. You can get it at any of the recreation centers or the libraries in the city as well.
All right.
And it'll have the full list of everything we have at the rec centers.
Okay, and the website for Parks and Recreation, again, if people want to check that out, is?
It's really easy, www.portsmouthparks.com.
All right. Well, thanks for coming here and telling us about it. And really, if you have not been to the Christmas events in City Park, which is beautiful, by the way. I grew up going there as a kid, and both there the other week with my aunt, who hadn't been out that way probably in 30 years. She was amazed at how beautiful the park is.
Well, that is great to hear.
And lots of great new equipment,
Yes.
playground equipment.
Yes.
But there's lights in the park and also the Old Town Music Fest. It is just a wonderful family event. Be sure to come to Old Town and check it out. We'll be right back with more information about more holiday events taking place right here in Portsmouth, right after these messages.
I'm Dr. Richard A. Singletary. I have a gallery at 3600 Greenwood Drive. I teach violin and piano here in the area. At one time, I taught English as a second language for the Portsmouth Public School System. And I also have an African American art exhibit here. I have been teaching here for 58 years. I am Richard A. Singletary. I am Portsmouth, and I am Portsmouth proud.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20 plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Stephen Gurnett joins us next to tell us about one of Portsmouth's oldest and most beloved holiday traditions, Coleman's Winter Wonderland. Stephen, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Well, it's that time of year again, the holiday season. That means it's time for Coleman's Winter Wonderland display at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center.
Exactly. The last time I was here, we were talking about Halloween. Well, Halloween's over.
Yeah.
So now we are getting ready for the holidays, and Winter Wonderland is going to open at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center a week earlier this year.
Okay, usually opens the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
But this is a week earlier?
Yep.
And
on Friday, November 21st, during the same event as the Old Town Holiday Tree Lighting event.
Okay.
So we'll be open noon to 8 on Fridays and Saturdays. So we're going to be open that weekend, and Santa will be here. And on Sunday, we're open from 10 to 4.
Okay.
And then we'll be closed until the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and then we'll remain open during the rest of December.
Okay, is that most weekdays? Or?
Exactly. So we're going to be open Thursdays from 10 to 4, Fridays and Saturdays noon to 8, and Sundays from 10 to 4. And all of this information will be found on our website or our Facebook page.
Okay.
And Santa will be visiting on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. The times will be listed on our events page. And then we'll also have more going on Saturdays. Every Saturday there's going to be a holiday market around the courtyard and around the Trinity Church across the street. And then we will have music. If it's nice, we'll have it outside, but most likely we'll have it inside.
Okay.
In the morning from 12:30 to 2:30 on Saturday, and then in the evening we'll have an art activity from 3:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
And of course Santa will be there as well. So there'll be a lot going on, and the holiday shop will be open during the hours of Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, and the courthouse, the old courthouse where the Arts and Cultural Center is located, is a beautiful building from the 1847, 1857?
It was erected in 1846.
1846. And at Christmas, really lit up with all of the Coleman display around the inside. It really is.
Exactly. Part of that tree lighting event, once it's dark out, they will, after they're done in front of the Children's Museum with the tree lighting, they'll walk down into the courtyard of the Portsmouth Art Center, and we'll have all the lights off, but there'll be caroling, and then all the lights will come on, and it'll be really fantastic.
Yeah,
and people can come inside to see Winter Wonderland if they want to, or move along with the rest of the gang for the holiday tree lighting.
For those who might not know about Winter Wonderland, what that is, Coleman's Winter Wonderland. This was Coleman's nursery that was out in Churchland for, I think, the 1940s until it closed in the early 2000s. And in 1966, they started putting animatronic little sleeping Santa Claus and things in some of the windows. And within about 6 years, it had grown and taken over this huge nursery. And really in the 70s and 80s and 90s, it was almost like a Disneyland.
Yes,
people came from all over the state.
Exactly.
And when they closed,
we got it.
You got it, yeah.
So they were actually, the family, they were collectors, and they were inspired by the Disneyland water ride, It's a Small World, when they saw it in the 1960s.
Yep.
And that's when they started collecting these animatronics. So this is not like a normal exhibit we have during the rest of the year, which features changing artwork.
Right.
This is an animatronic display of antiques and new ones we've added.
Right.
And it's just a really fantastic.
It's very retro, mid 20th century modern.
Exactly.
But it's also, the figures are like Victorian and Santa Claus and penguins. It's basically every motif you could think of connected to the holiday season. There's displays.
Folks will walk through a penguin iceberg scene. They'll walk through a woodland scene with animals and the Victorian figures with ice skating and also elves. So it's a really great way to take the family, or if you have friends from out of town, come and visit. And it's not like a lot of things in this area with big light displays.
Right.
It's like an exhibit. It's like an art exhibit.
It really is.
It
really, you feel like you stepped back into Christmas 50, 60 years ago. And
exactly.
I mean, my generation who went there as kids, a lot of them, they have grandchildren now. So if you're watching this and you have grandchildren, and you grew up going to Coleman's Winter Wonderland, and you haven't been to Winter Wonderland at the Arts and Culture Center, really check it out.
Yeah, we've had generations of families that come through, and a lot of people will start this tradition for the first time. They've never seen it before.
Right.
Even after Coleman's closed, they never went to Coleman's,
right.
but they're seeing it for the first time here, and they just love it.
Yeah, and I've talked to people who basically grew up here, who live in other parts of the country, come here for the holidays, and they get together with their family.
I've talked to
come
people
it.
that have moved here for Winter Wonderland.
Oh my.
I'm not kidding.
That's some serious
So you'll
holiday
definitely want to,
love there. Okay.
Exactly.
So again, Winter Wonderland opens on what day?
The 21st of November.
Okay.
And it's going to be up. The last day is going to be the 28th of December.
Okay, all
which
right.
is a Sunday.
All right. And if they want more information, what's the website again they can go to?
It's www.portsmouthartscenter.com, or they can go to our Facebook page, or they can call the number 393-8543. They'll probably get me. And you do not have to reserve a ticket. You can just show up. And what's great is on Saturday, there's more going on.
Yeah.
So if you want a lot of activity, come on Saturday. If you want things a little bit more quiet, come on some of the other days. If you have a larger group and you'd like a private tour, you can schedule that on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And that would be something you would want to call in advance for.
Right.
But other than that, just show up and we'll be open.
All right, fantastic. Well, again, if you have not visited Coleman's Winter Wonderland display at the Portsmouth Art and Cultural Center, check it out. It might be the beginning of a new holiday tradition for you and your family.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks for being here. What's happening at the Children's Museum of Virginia this holiday season? Here's Aaron Colson to tell us. Aaron, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thanks for having us,
It's
Rob.
always a joy to have you here, curator of fun for the Children's Museum of Virginia.
That's right.
Okay, holidays are upon us. So what is going on at the Children's Museum of Virginia?
Well, it is time for some holiday fun. So starting Saturday, November 29th, we'll begin our Snow Wonders hours. We're open till 6 o'clock on Saturdays, beginning November 29th. And that will run through the month of December. At 6 p.m., it will snow outside on the Children's Museum Mall, and that's free for all of the guests and the general public to enjoy. So I encourage families to come out, make an evening of play in the museum, and then come outside and enjoy the
play in
snow
the
at
snow.
6. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the snow. It'll be really fun.
Yeah. All right, and are there other things going on?
Absolutely. So our sock skating rink reopens the first weekend in December. So put on your best festive socks and come out and skate around the sock skating rink on our second floor. That activity is included with your museum admission, and it'll be open every day. We're open in the month of December and January.
All
so we're
right.
super excited to skate into the holidays. In addition to that, we'll have various holiday activities, including our second Saturdays, the Old Town Holiday Music Festival, which we'll be participating with inside as well. So we're really excited just to celebrate the holidays from all around the world throughout the museum in the month of December.
That's fantastic. And now as the year draws to a close and we get to New Year's Eve. I
That's
know
right.
Most children probably don't stay up till midnight.
Hopefully not. So we celebrate New Year's Eve at the Children's Museum of Virginia.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. So on December 31st, starting at 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., we will have a New Year's Eve celebration free to the general public out on the Children's Museum Mall. It includes a ball drop at noon with a countdown. We have a juice box toast. Kids get to make their own party favors as part of our craft activity, as well as participating in face painting and our dance party and all kinds of other activities out on the museum mall. It's completely free, open to the public. We encourage families to wear their festive attire for New Year's Eve and come out and play. And of course, if they want to play in the museum before or after New Year's Eve, book your tickets online ahead of time.
Okay, now if someone wants a schedule of the hours,
Yeah.
could you just go to your website?
Absolutely. So childrensmuseumvirginia.com or childrensmuseumva.com. All of our events are listed on our events page along with additional information and whether there's ticketing requirements.
All right. Well, again, sounds like a fun holiday season at the
It
Children's
will be.
Museum of Virginia.
It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We can't wait.
Rodney Spears joins us next to tell us about an annual holiday event that's been taking place here in Portsmouth for 31 years, the Santa Claus Shuffle and the Holiday Fun Run. Rodney, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you, Rob.
Are you here to tell us about an event that happens every year? How many years has this been going on now?
This is the 32nd year.
32nd year, and it is the Santa Claus Shuffle and Holiday Fun Run.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is that exactly?
It's the Santa Claus Shuffle 5K and 1 mile fun run, and it's a fun, festive, and family-friendly event, and it's for supporting the children and young men and women of the Tidewater Youth Services Foundation.
All right, so they're supporting the organization.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so where does it start? It's here in Old Town?
Downtown Portsmouth, in front of the Atlantic Union Pavilion.
Okay.
Downtown Portsmouth.
All right, and it starts there and then it goes...
Goes around the city and comes right back to the start line.
All right, now, are there age requirements to participate in this?
No, not at all. It's open to everyone. Again, it's family friendly, and you can come on out.
Okay, and it starts at what time?
8 o'clock.
And that's what day is that?
December 13th.
December 13th,
Yeah.
8 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
and is it a morning long thing? Does it go to around lunchtime? Or?
It goes about an hour or two, but technically it lasts till around lunch, 11 to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everybody takes their time to finish. You know, so it's not it's timed, but you don't have to time it, finish it.
This is more the fun, holiday fun.
This is where the fun comes
People
in.
in costumes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
People dress up as, Santa Claus, of course, the Grinch, the elf. So if you're looking for a great time, dress up, come on out. You can run the 5K, or if you're more comfortable with the 1 mile fun run, you can do that as well.
Okay.
So it's always a great time.
Now, you register ahead of time for this, or can you register on
at SantaClausShuffle.org.
Okay.
And the link is there.
All right, fantastic. Now, tell us a little bit about the organization that's sponsoring this.
The main sponsor of the event is Rivers Casinos, but it's put on by the Tidewater Youth Services Foundation.
Okay.
And basically, we help young kids that are court involved and at-risk youth.
Okay.
And we have two sides of the organization. The commission, basically, they provide the food and shelter for those young men and women. And you have the foundation that basically provide quality of life items.
All right.
If a kid needs clothes for an interview, or in one instance, we had a kid that was graduating but didn't have money for a cap and gown. So we do things like that for those young men.
So those who are paying to register for this, they're basically supporting the work of this great
Exactly.
organization. All right.
Exactly.
Well, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for taking time to tell us about it. And again,
Thank you.
give us the date again.
December 13th, 8 o'clock at the Atlantic Union Pavilion, downtown Portsmouth.
All right. And if you want tickets or you want to register, you go online to
SantaClausShuffle.org. Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks so much for telling us
Thank you,
about
Rob.
it.
Appreciate it.
Kathy Spangler joins us next to tell us about the second annual Hanukkah happening sponsored by the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center here in Old Town. Kathy, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you for having me.
Now, one of the holidays this time of year, it is Hanukkah, and there is an event being sponsored by the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center in Old Town. And that is housed in really one of the architectural jewels of Old Town, I think. And that is it was a synagogue that was built in the late 19 teens.
Yes, 1918 it was built, and it was Eastern European Jews that came over from the Baltic area and Lithuania and so forth, and they started their own temple and settled here in Portsmouth, and most of them were actually grocery store owners.
Oh my gosh, yes. And this is a rare type of architecture, I've been told. It really is a good example of a European design of a synagogue, and it's quite different from many of the older synagogues.
And very, very
here.
traditional.
Very traditional.
Yes.
And it was an Orthodox
Yes, the women sat
congregation.
on the second floor and the men on the first floor, and some of the young girls that had to sit on the top floor would drop little goodies down to the second, down to the men below to get their attention and meet afterwards.
Yeah.
But yes, it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful
It really is.
synagogue.
They've done a beautiful job, restoring it. And they, as a cultural center now, not as a house of worship, they have events throughout the year, and they have concerts, they show film, they have a film series and
Yes.
various things. Now, I understand that this year, the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center is for the second time hosting a Hanukkah happening.
Yes.
On the 21st of December?
That is correct. December
Okay.
21st will be the Festival of Lights, and these are traditional items that you would find if you're not familiar with Hanukkah. This is our menorah, and this is a dreidel game, and I'll touch briefly on it. But of course, if you come to the event on December 21st, it's from 2 to 4, you'll learn all about the fun traditions that we have for Hanukkah.
And is this open to the public for
It
anybody?
is open to the public, it is free, but of course donations are greatly appreciated.
Yes, you're a museum. So
Yes,
I know
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And there'll be food, there'll be traditional Jewish food, so we'll have potato latkes, we'll have gelt, which is actually chocolate candy, and we have jelly donuts. And one of the reasons that we have all this lovely fried food is all about the oil. So if you're familiar with Hanukkah, it is the Festival of Lights because the oil was only meant to last in our temple for one night, but miraculously the oil lasted for 8 nights. So we celebrate for 8 nights and we burn the candles. So we put the candles in the menorah. We put them on the menorah from right to left, but then when we light them from left to right.
Okay.
We have a center candle, which is the work candle, the shamash, and that's the candle that we use to light.
Oh.
Now, we have this game, dreidel, then it has symbols on each side, And a great miracle happened there, is what it actually says. But it's also a great game of chance. So you spin the dreidel, and depending on where it lands, you're either a great winner or a great loser. So if you want to know more about your chances with the dreidel, again, come to the celebration.
Okay, and again, the date is December 21st. And at what time?
From 2 to 4, and it's the JMCC on Effingham Street, and open to the public, free. There'll be a children's games. There'll also be a Rugrats Hanukkah film, I believe, will be showing. But it should be a great time. And if you don't know anything about Hanukkah, it's a great time to learn. If you do know and you want to come out and take a chance and getting the Hanukkah gelt, I'd highly recommend coming to the party.
All right, well, thanks so much. Now, if people want to learn more about the Museum and Cultural Center, is there a website they can go to?
Yes, they can. JewishMuseumPortsmouth.org.
Okay.
And on that site, you'll also see upcoming events that we have. We're part of the Daffodil Project, which is worldwide. And we are planting daffodils in remembrance of the 1.5 million Jewish children that perished during the Holocaust. Nationwide, we're currently at 1.1 million. So there's a future date where you have the ability to buy bulbs from us as a fundraiser. We're also selling pavers so that we can make a nice patio for all the daffodils that we planted 2 years ago. And as a fundraiser, you would use that in memory of a loved one or in honor of.
Well, fantastic. Well, it's great. I'm so glad that the museum exists. It really is something very unique. And this really is a great opportunity for people to learn about a holiday that they may not be familiar with.
Yes, absolutely. And they give tours. There's a lot of opportunity to come over there and see artifacts that have been in there. A lot of surprising history that you may not really know is over there. And it is a beautiful, beautiful building.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking time to
Thank
come
you.
to tell us
I
about
really
this.
appreciate it.
And really be sure to check out the Hanukkah happening at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center on Effingham Street on December 21st. Our final guest today is Susan Healy, who will tell us about one of Hampton Roads' most unique annual New Year's Eve events, the Old Town Scottish Walk. Susan, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. We see you every year at this time.
It seems like it.
Because you are the founder and sort of the organizer and I would say the director, the one that keeps it going, of an event that takes place every New Year's Eve here in Old Town. And this is the 29th year, we think?
Yes, it is.
And that is the Old Town Scottish Walk.
Yes.
Okay. For those who have no idea what that is, tell us about it and what the origin of that tradition is.
At first, people would think that you have to be Scottish to participate, but it has nothing to do with that. The Scots people are thought to be thrifty. So we have a parade on New Year's that is cheap. You just come, it's free. You take a walk with us for a couple blocks. It doesn't cost anybody anything. Parking is free. And we do it simply to thank our town for the year past and then bring blessings on the year to come for our town. And it's to thank the merchants, our council, our administrators of the city, and just get out the old and bring in the new.
That's cool. Scotland really is associated with so many of our New Year's Eve celebration traditions.
Which is why they sing Auld Lang Syne in every country of the world on New Year's Eve, even at the ball drop in New York. They sing the Scottish song.
And in Portsmouth, really, in Norfolk, in the 1700s, there were a lot of Scots here.
Oh, yes.
I read one book, and it may have been an exaggeration, that there were more Scots in this part of Virginia, second only to Scotland in part of the 1700s.
True, and Lord Dunmore's troops were all from Scotland. And so we have a contingent of his troops that have come every year. They design their clothes after the original troops that were housed in Old Town Portsmouth. They wear the same tartan kilt and come to represent that whole regiment.
I've thought of this a number of times. It's just such a wonderful, great communal feeling. Really, everybody comes together, doesn't matter what nationality, what ethnicity, none of that matters. And just good times. I mean, just everyone enjoys walking. Some are dressed up in costumes. Some aren't, some are, But it's wonderful, it really is.
We have also church groups come. We have people that bring dog contingents. We have Lord Baden-Powell founded the Scouts.
Okay.
So he was Scottish, as well as Daisy, who did the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
They were Scottish, and so the scout troops participate. They help us do cleanup. And anyone from anywhere is welcome to be here. Last year we had pipers and a drum major from North Carolina. We've had people come down from Canada. They come from all regions to come and take a walk for about 20 minutes in
And
Old
then you
Town
get down to the
Portsmouth. We just
waterfront?
walk to the waterfront and we have a moment in history because it was actually January 1st that the British in Portsmouth fired on Norfolk.
Okay.
So we have a ceremonial cannon fire.
Okay.
And then we sing Old Lang Syne and we go to the pubs.
And that's it, because
Yes.
this is sort of your start of your New Year's Eve. This is
Right.
like about 4:30 in the afternoon.
We step off at 4:30.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so sun's setting. By the time this is over, the sun is set, and you can then hit the restaurants, the pubs here in Old Town, and some of them have music and live music.
Yes,
and
they do.
things,
You
and
get the
can-
early seating
Yeah.
for New Year's Eve. And I know that usually we have a Scottish session at maybe up at the Cure. We have some pipers that go like the Old Town Public House and some of the other pubs. And we've had Highland dancers pop in and just for 10, 15 minutes of a little festivity to bring people into our restaurants and to support our merchants.
Yeah, and this really, I said this in the introduction to our interview, but this really is, I think, probably the most unique New Year's Eve tradition in this, probably in the state. And you were talking before we started rolling that at one point, this was the only Scottish walk in the United States.
Yes, we were listed at an article in Southern Living magazine about this.
Yeah.
And they didn't talk to me, they just picked up from what we were doing and wrote an article on it. So yes, it is a huge event in Scotland and Ireland and England. They have huge street parties that last all night. They'll have bands on every corner, kind of like what we do at Christmas when we have our Christmas, December 13th. But they do it, it's all festivities and well-wishing and blessings on the city.
All right, so if people want to come to this,
Yes.
where do they gather first? Where does the parade start?
It is free, and we park around St. John's Church and Monumental Church parking lots. You'll see pipers, everyone's just kind of gathering.
You sort of can't miss it.
No, you just follow the sound of the pipes. You'll hear them for 2 or 3 blocks. But you find your place, a spot in line, and we just simply walk up North Street to the waterfront. We end at the terminus of High Street. And like I said, just have a little short 5-minute ceremony, sing Old Lang Syne, and you're done by 5:15.
Yeah.
And if you need to drive, or sometimes we've had people in wheelchair or whatever, that works as well.
Yeah.
If you need to ride slowly in a car, come join us.
So it's not just going to watch a parade, you're actually coming to be the parade.
You are the event. That's why it's
event.
called a Scottish walk. Yes.
Well, good luck again this year.
Thank you.
And an early Happy New Year.
I wish you the well. Yeah.
And if you want to really kick the year off just in a totally unique, fun, really wonderful, warm way, attend the Old Town Scottish Walk on New Year's Eve, December 31st at 4:30.
Thank you.
That's it for our show today. If you'd like to find out more about any of the events featured on today's show, or any other holiday events taking place in Portsmouth, simply log on to www.portsvacation.com and then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a holiday vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. From all of us here at PCTV, we wish you and yours a happy holiday season. And join me in January for another episode of Portsmouth Now.